I hope you're doing well. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you for being with me and subscribing to this channel. Now, winter officially begins tomorrow, and as we've been talking about all week, a big coastal system that is shaping up, lifting to the north. That is going to pull down some colder air just in time for many of us for the first day of winter, and then a second front looks to approach as we approach the new year. So we're going to see a bigger front once we get into about December 31st or about January 1st that will be moving in. We'll put that on the back burner, but tracking the colder weather with this coastal system lifting up toward the Atlantic region of Canada. Colder weather has been sliding into parts of Mexico, diving down cooler nights, parts of Central America. And you see by tomorrow morning, we're going to see that front rolling right through the Bahamas, Cuba, near the Cayman Islands. Now, the front will weaken some, the tail end of the front. This here is by Sunday morning. And you see that cold air just sweeping in from Canada and the United States. And then that front will be near Bermuda, in close to Haiti and Jamaica, all the way down through parts of Honduras and Nicaragua once we get into Sunday morning. A little shift in some of the winds for some of us across the northern Caribbean and Central America with the cooler weather moving in. But it does look like that cold front by New Year's Day would be a bigger one for us across the Caribbean. So we'll be tracking that next. Now in the short term, we've been watching out for some areas of rain. It's been unsettled near Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines, over toward Trinidad. And then we work our way back through Nicaragua, Costa Rica. Some windier weather as well. Colombia, Panama, back through Costa Rica. And there's the tail end of the system right through the Bahamas. So parts of the central, southern Bahamas, we may get a bit of rain around, and we're watching that front sliding by. Some colder nights on the way for the northern, central, and central Bahamas the next couple of nights. A huge change moving in. So let me start here, and then I want to widen out the view and show you this big system. Watching out for some spotty areas of rain around today and again for tomorrow. You see near Belize and Honduras with the tail end of the front moving by, that chance of some of these scattered showers, Costa Rica, Panama, and hit or miss the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and then swinging back towards St. Lucia, Barbados, Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica. We may get a couple of passing showers. So watching out for some areas of rain, even some isolated flooding, and still unsettled near Trinidad over toward Guyana and Suriname as we work our way deeper into the weekend. This here is by Sunday. Now here's the big picture. So here we are in the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico. Here's that front and this really coastal storm taking shape right here. I'm going to zoom down in a moment into that, but that swings all the way through the Bahamas, and there's that colder air moving back behind it. Much of the United States on the quieter side the next few days. Here's one of the exceptions over toward parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, and there it goes, riding right up into the Atlantic region of Canada by tomorrow. So this spot right in here, I'll zoom down in just a second. A big snow, a big weather event moving in with those gusty winds, which I highlighted a few days ago. But there's that front that'll swing by. Here we are in Jamaica, and we'll get a little shift in the winds late Saturday, especially Saturday night and Sunday, bringing in slightly, ever so slightly cooler temperatures for some of us. Then pulling forward, I want to get you into Christmas. Let's look ahead for a moment. This here is on Sunday. So you see, here's that front. Now it stretches back near Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, all the way down through Nicaragua. So we'll get some slightly cooler air. You'll feel that Sunday night into Monday, right across Monday morning, the northern Caribbean. And then moving ahead as we approach Christmas, this here is on Monday, the 23rd. There's the front right there, stretching now near Puerto Rico and then swinging back, and it does start to weaken. It's not going to move through for all of us. It's not going to swing through Aruba, for example, but it will move into the northern Caribbean on Monday, and then a second area to watch as we get back toward the Great Lakes. You see that right there as we work our way into Monday into Tuesday. By Tuesday, this here is Christmas Eve, and you see a couple things. We have our front that is weakening, just starts to fall apart right here. Some areas of rain, though, we need to watch for next week. You see that little blob of rain just south of Jamaica, so we'll be tracking that next week as we work our way into Christmas Eve. And then with this next front approaching, winds are going to turn a little more out of the south, so things are going to warm up pretty quickly. So if you do get a temporary cool down, it will be just that. It will be temporary. And then as we work our way into Christmas itself, you see another coastal system, another storm system near the Atlantic region of Canada and New England, another front right in here, back toward the Great Lakes, stretching back toward the Mississippi River Valley. So winds will be out of the east and southeast, more of a southerly flow. That's going to keep some areas of rain around. So as we work our way into Christmas Day, for some of us, central and western Caribbean, it's going to be warm, and we'll see a bump up in that rain chance. And then we'll be watching these mini fronts kind of moving by to the north. But once we get deeper into next week and approach the new year, that's when we should see a bigger front that'll influence more of our weather across the Caribbean. So that'll be something to watch down the road. Looks like a bigger front. Now, as promised, I want to zoom down. So here we are in Bermuda. And by the way, there's that spin out there, not a subtropical storm, but still spinning around. But look at that snow that works in. Now, there's going to be a lot of moisture building with this. So could be a foot of some snow in some spots. Watching near New Brunswick, especially over toward Newfoundland. And then we'll see that rain right along the coast, but strong winds with this. I highlighted those winds a couple of days ago. Winds will be gusting 50 miles per hour or higher, 80 kilometers an hour or higher. So some strong winds, colder air sweeping in on the backside. This is late in the day on Saturday. So through the day tomorrow, through the day on Saturday into Saturday night, big weather event, Atlantic region of Canada. There's that spin that has a brief window to become a subtropical storm. Most likely it won't. But then this area finally moves off. This here is by the time we get into a Sunday afternoon. And then we'll be watching out for more fronts back toward the west. So it's this area right in here that is going to build and lift it. There's that little spin right there and lift its way right up toward the Atlantic region of Canada. But look at that in the central Atlantic. Here are the Azores. This spin here, that's the one we've been tracking with a possibility, small possibility of subtropical development. Now, as this works its way toward the Azores, it should actually weaken some. So just kind of keeping an eye on that big spin right there in the central Atlantic. So plenty going on weather-wise. Now, the seas are going to be building, of course, toward the Atlantic region of Canada, down toward Bermuda with this storm system. Choppier conditions, any of those Atlantic passages, Atlantic side, as we work our way into the Caribbean, things are going to be bumpier. Barbados up through Guadeloupe, offshore, not offshore, more so Atlantic waters, things will be higher. This here is by Sunday, things building across Bermuda. And then as we work our way into Monday, nothing too choppy. Gulf of Mexico is looking good. I mentioned some of that settled weather in the U.S. So Gulf of Mexico, back through much of the Caribbean, things are okay, but there are those swells working in. So as you get back toward the Bahamas on Monday, the seas are going to be on the higher and rougher side. So just a heads up with that. Now, as far as the rain totals go, watching the central Bahamas, where we're going to get clipped with some rain just as this front kind of takes shape and moves by. Cayman Islands and Jamaica, for us, we're not looking at a ton in the way of rain. Could get a couple passing showers, but as we work our way to the Dominican Republic and over toward Puerto Rico, slightly better chance of some rain. 25 millimeters of rain to 50 millimeters of rain, 1 to 2 inches of rain will be possible in some spots. And as we work our way back through the Caribbean, Dominica could get a couple showers. Trinidad and Tobago, a little purple, so we may get a couple inches of rain in some locations, or 50 millimeters of rain as we go through the weekend forecast. Suriname, Guyana, watching out for some spots of rain, especially closer to the Atlantic. And then keeping an eye near Nicaragua, Costa Rica. I mentioned it's unsettled right now. We'll see some areas of rain. Most will be over the water. And still watching near Belize and Honduras for that pocket of rain. Scattered showers possible. Could get an inch in some locations. And as we work our way back toward Mexico City, while we've been in a dry pattern, we could get a couple showers moving by, but generally isolated. So you see the rain chance the next couple days. It's not super high for us, but on Sunday, we're going to be up to about a 50% chance of some scattered showers. Some of us dry, some of us seeing some showers across Jamaica. For us, as we work our way back through the Cayman Islands, mainly dry today, looking at about a 30 to 40% chance of a scattered shower as we work our way into the weekend. Trinidad and Tobago, not as high of a chance as the last couple of days, but still that 40% chance takes us right through our weekend forecast, holding on to a 40% chance the next couple of days in Barbados. St. Lucia, 50% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow, down to a 30% chance on Sunday. Sunday overall looking good, and that holds as well for Grenada. Unsettled right now, a 50% chance of rain around as we go throughout the day, 40% chance the next couple of days, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and a 40% chance the next couple of days in Martinique. We get back through Dominica, Isolated to scattered showers a possibility right through our upcoming weekend. 40 to 50% chance through Guadalupe. And you see that isolated chance today in Antigua, Barbuda. 40% chance tomorrow, 30% chance on Sunday, and holding at a 30% chance the next 3 days, right through the weekend. St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat. Anguilla and St. Bart's, a 30% chance the next 2 days. Sunday, looking beautiful. Rain chance at about 20%. A 20% chance through the weekend. St. Martin, Ceiba, and Statia. 30% chance the next 2 days in Puerto Rico. Up a little higher with that front nearby on Sunday. The rain chance will be around 40%, and it does bump up a little bit on Sunday in the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. About a 30% chance of a shower on Sunday. The Bahamas, watching really the central Bahamas at this point with that front, some scattered showers possible. Turks and Caicos, rain chance goes down as we go throughout the weekend. We're mainly dry. Now, the Dominican Republic, a better chance of rain. Some spots, we've been dealing with some flooding, watching northern and eastern sections for that better chance of rain through the weekend, and even some scattered showers possible in parts of Haiti, 30 to 40% chance. Belize, we're looking at a 30% chance right through the weekend. More of it either just offshore or back through Honduras, but some of us could get clipped by some showers. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, we have a chance of an isolated shower. Let me know as we go throughout the weekend if you do happen to see one of those showers around Guyana, northern and central sections, better chance of rain. Suriname, we could get some scattered showers as we work our way through the weekend. We get back through Cuba, some colder nights, especially western and central sections because of that front. Costa Rica and Panama, about a 50% chance of some rain for today. Nicaragua, though, it is unsettled right now, up to a 60% chance through the weekend, and a 50 to 60% chance of some scattered showers in Honduras for our upcoming weekend. Guatemala, El Salvador, 30% chance today, 20% chance through the weekend. And you see the rain chance in Mexico City picks up a little bit on Sunday, about a 40% chance. May get a shower when you're coming back from church. Yucatan Peninsula, 20 to 30% chance. Isolated shower chance in northern Colombia and on the breezy to windy side, northern Venezuela, 20 to 30% chance. And as we get back through Bermuda, watching this storm system nearby, better chance of rain later today, tonight, into early on Saturday, and those elevated seas and some of those gustier winds. So that coastal storm taking shape, lifting up toward the Atlantic region of Canada, where it gets stronger on Saturday with that mix of rain and snow and gusty winds. And it does pull down that front into at least the northern Caribbean next week. And I'll be watching those kind of pockets of rain around, isolated areas of flooding through the weekend. But as we get into next week, we're going to watch out for that bigger front that'll roll in by the start of the new year. So plenty to track as we round out this month. Thank you for being with me and being part of this weather community. I do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well and have a good weekend ahead.